Okay.
Why can we see you?
Okay. All right. Here we go. So, show 5 into the Cubieverse. And we are live.
The Cubieverse is a GPS-based game where you walk to get keys, use keys to open trivia vaults, answer trivia to get rewards, and use those rewards to enhance your in-game experience or convert them to real-life rewards. Thank you for joining us tonight as we take you into the Cubieverse. How's
Excellent.
everyone doing?
Doing well. Doing well. So, Atrocity's here with Magic Dragon and our special guest, Plumber Boy 411. Welcome. And, oh, here comes Lionheart. He'll be here in a second. So,
Hey!
excellent.
Hey, hi everyone.
Hey. Glad
Good
you
job.
made it.
Yeah, I made it. I'm here.
So, how was your week in the Cubieverse, guys, so far?
Hey, hi everyone.
Hey.
Right.
Glad you made it.
Yeah, I made it. I'm here.
So, how was your week in the Cubieverse, guys, so far?
I got a weird delay, guys.
Yeah, I
Right.
keep hearing you guys repeating yourself. Hold on.
I made it. Here.
So, how was your week in the Cubieverse, guys, so far?
I got a weird delay, guys.
Yeah.
Technical issues, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Good job, Lionheart.
Thanks. Are they my technical issues or on Atrocity's side?
Let's just let me just keep working on it. Once you guys start talking, tell us about how your week in the Cubieverse was, and
Okay,
I
sure.
will sort this out.
Sounds good now. I'm not getting that loop back, so I'll let you know. My week's been pretty good. Knocked out a buddy quest. I've got another one scheduled for tonight after this podcast. The regular week was kind of slow, but of course, what we're going to be talking about tonight, it's been a little bit better. Chinese New Year. How about you, Lionheart?
Yeah. Had a pretty yeah.
Buddy quest.
Oh, still got that weird loop back. Oh
yeah,
no.
Regular week.
Hold on, that's
was
fine,
slow.
guys.
YouTube.
There we go.
Aha! There we go.
There we
Okay.
go.
All right, good. Yeah, I had a pretty good week. Was just prepping for the event that was coming. So just lots of key saving. Had a buddy quest as well. Actually got another buddy quest. I noticed someone else had mentioned in our local Discord that they were getting lots of buddy quests, and it's just like rapid fire this year, and I'm loving it. So yeah, just a little bit of the event, but I'll save that for our chat later, and maybe we'll pass her over to Palmer Boy. Thanks for coming out. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. So I'm a plumber, obviously. I live in Northern Ontario, so I'm like 2 hours north of Toronto. So it's not bad. I'm pretty much the only player here. Like, I've gotten 2 of my friends to play, but they never got as into it as I did. So I'm definitely the only builder in a town of like 7,000 people. So it's interesting. But I've got a good setup of vaults, I'd say. Like, I let my apprentice drive when I'm at work, and there seems to be, like, after they did that vault fill back when the Cubieverse launched, like, all the back roads around here, like, just got lit up with vaults. And there was, like, the only time you would ever see vaults before was, like, there was, like, maybe 15 in town, right? So it was, like, just different to just be driving out in the countryside, and there's just vaults everywhere. So that helps a lot. But yeah, my week in the event so far is it's been good. Like I said, I took that 2 hour drive to Toronto, and it paid off because I did the loop the first time. There was 14 trade shacks, didn't get it, but then on my 20th trade shack while I was down there, and I hit my two back home, so my 22nd trade shack, I got it. So I was
Nice.
That's
thrilled, and
incredible.
I was conveniently standing in front of some Chinese food place. So it worked out pretty well.
Well,
Like that's luck of the fortune. That's pretty cool.
I guess that's the secret is make sure your vaults are near the Chinese food places, and those are the
Yeah.
high value ones to grab it this month. So
Yeah, depending on how the resources go, like obviously I'm sure they're going to boost them again, but depending on how that goes, I've only got my two in town, so I probably, if I'm short on those dragon scales, I'm probably going to have to rip back down there to hit
Oh,
those
man.
14 again.
well, hey, I did
So-
list some dragon scales for you, and they are there's a buy it now price on them. So if you want them,
Okay.
you just tick on
Okay, I'm
them,
gonna have to check that out.
get it going. So yeah, my
Wonderful. I'll have to check that out.
I was able to hit level 30 just the morning of the event start, which I was really pushing for. So it gave me
Wow.
Good job.
the option
Good
to thank you. Gave me the option to
Yeah, that's awesome.
instant sell, which I was so looking forward to having. So first night we went out, collected the jade, took all my jade dragon scales that I got, and packaged them up, put them up for sale with the buy it now. Unfortunately, nobody has taken advantage of it. I was kind of thinking they might go quickly if people were trying to get that first print, but did not happen.
Right.
So
Right.
they're still up.
That's a good strategy, though.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I probably priced them a bit too high. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So for sure. So
It might save me a trip to Toronto, so we'll see.
might be worth it at that point. So, and I have
think
noticed
you're right.
that there is actually a fair amount of stuff that's up that's for buy it now options. I don't know if everyone's aware of that option that is available, because I know just people I think are starting to hit it to make it
Right.
useful, but that's definitely something you want to be looking at and trying to take advantage of if you can. Especially if you're looking for something, right? Especially if it's going to save you a whole drive. So. Which
Yeah,
is-
especially, or if you don't have the time to like sit there and fight back and forth with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, many
So
a time.
for me, I like finish. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, all yours.
Oh, with the buy it now option, it's great for a lot of things. I love it on the nights where we have the winter auction in Adventure Road.
Right.
Yes.
You just like find something cheap. Like I bought another Thanksgiving TV for like 6,000 coins, but I won it immediately. I got my 100 points, and I have it for the future that I can sell it for Thanksgiving event.
Nice.
Good.
It's excellent that you're thinking of using it during the win an event sort of thing. I don't think a lot of people were aware of that. So and taking advantage of it, because I've noticed in the past on those sort of buy it, when it says win an auction, I might be
Yep.
sitting there doing well, thinking I'm going to win an auction. That Adventure Road item comes up, and suddenly I'm losing all my auctions, right? Like,
Yep,
it
exactly.
just generates a huge demand. So
Yep.
that's a good thing. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Okay. So I guess that's our week summation before the event.
exactly.
Now, Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year.
Everyone liking it?
I think they've knocked it out of the park with this one. I think so far the Cubieverse, each event gets better, and I think they've really knocked it out of the park with it. I think this is really good. But I'm going to let you guys kind of share your opinions before I explain why I think it's good. So,
Reinhardt? Plumber Boy?
Yeah.
Guess first.
Sure.
Guess first.
Yeah, sure. It's my first Chinese New Year event because obviously there wasn't one last year. So for me, I think it's pretty banging. I like it. The background is awesome. like someone else said, I would pay to have that background all the time. Like,
Yeah.
it's just such a cool. Um,
Yeah.
But overall, I guess I like things how things are done because I've been grinding a lot, like opening a lot of blue vaults and burning a lot with those Chinese New Year questions. But with the walking quest and then even with all the keys I'm burning, I feel like it balances out pretty good. Like I always finished every day with more keys than I started with, and I was still hitting a lot of things, so it was pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the walking
I
quests
like
are
it.
definitely more important during events, or as important, if not more.
Yeah, for sure, right? And then with
That's.
that,
I was gonna
where I
say.
go in Toronto, that's where the yellow
Yeah.
vault is too. So it was nice, like that one trip was at least worth it because I was able to hit the yellow vault too, right? So it was cool.
Right.
Fortunately, I was able to get the answer for it. I didn't know the answer for it, but I was able to get it pretty quickly. So got it.
That's interesting because I've been trying to hit level 6, 7, 8 or so most days, but now with the event on, I'm less inclined to get my walking goals because I want to keep going faster and getting bolts. So kind of different approach for myself. But of course, I've got a lot of white keys, right? So
Right.
I don't know, Lionheart.
Yeah, I've seen the
What your
key
thoughts
stacks.
are?
You definitely got the keys. So, yeah, it's been a great event. I don't have the Epic blueprint, but Illusion Weaver had said it's a 1% drop rate. I did bust my butt, my wife's butt, to get extra trade checks down. So we do have 5 in town. So that's 35 or actually 40 chances because we had that reset halfway into day one. And then I was also able to make it down to London on the weekend. Wasn't able to hit the Sherwood area, but I was able to get around Masonville Mall and down over on Oxford Street. So that was an extra 11 that boosted. So I'm doing okay for resources, just looking for that epic blueprint. But I did get the Quiapo. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I got that blueprint from last year, so that's pretty cool. So I got 2 rares out of this event so far, 2 commons. The commons are pretty cute. And yeah, I thought I'd have to hit more white vaults and more blue vaults, so I was going pretty hard on day 1 and 2, but I was able to advance before the timer had run out in the quest chain. And those wheels, those are pretty cool. I like that. I did see someone mention online they wish that the epic blueprint would have been included on the wheel, especially for people who don't have access to trade checks. And I do agree with that. Like, just keep the
That's a great
same
idea.
drop rate ratio of just 1% drop rate on the wheels. Because, that red key for the quest chain, unless I get that epic blueprint drop, I'm not going to spend it. I'm not going to spend it to advance.
Yeah, me
I know
either.
that there's that bonus wheel, but I don't think it's worth 1,000 blues or 10,000 whites. So yeah, that's just my initial thoughts on it. Having lots of fun, and fingers crossed I get that epic blueprint. So I'll pass that along to Magic Dragon.
Oh yeah. So I started last week or the week before that I'm the casual player who goes hard for events. Well, I didn't get to start this event until last night because we have family responsibilities up until then. I've hit 35 trade checks since then though. No epic blueprint. Did get 3 bonus drops of red envelopes, which was nice. I do also love the wheels in the event chain. Never thought of the idea of putting the epic blueprint on one of those, which I hadn't seen or heard of, which I think would also be a great idea for developers to maybe add right now, if they so want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do enjoy the event all the time and going for it, and I'm historically pretty lucky with the RNG, so I'm still thinking I'm going to get it, but we'll see.
I'm
But I
sure.
agree with you. I'm not spending the red key if I don't have it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to build a red key. All my top end keys are yellows, and I'm not even going to create a red key until I'm ready to spend it and complete the event.
Yeah.
That being said, I saw in the Discord today what the HQ blueprint for the event looks like. It looks pretty sweet, so I do want to get that. I don't know if you guys have seen an image of that at all or not.
No, not
Yeah, it
yet.
looks pretty cool.
No.
No, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
pretty excited for it.
see if I can maybe find a copy and throw it up in the video here or so. But that's because I was debating whether I would complete the event or not. But there is that because just for 5, red key to get a spin of the wheel, and then 5 loot boxes wasn't necessarily in my mind worth a red key, but that you throw in that sweet looking headquarters blueprint, and I'm all over that. So
Yeah.
for sure. But I do like this event. How now? I guess I'm gonna step back and say I picked up the blueprint, the epic, on my 3rd trade shack, so I got it like super early. So that made it takes all the pressure off, right? You get lucky,
Yeah.
take the
Sure.
pressure off. Of course, I got it, and I thought, and my wife didn't, and I thought, here we go, because
It's all over again.
it's gonna be the nutcracker all over again, where she's
Yeah.
crusty the entire week and she never got it, but she ended up getting it. We went back out, and she got it like that same night, like quite quickly. So hey, we're all good. So the RNG worked out in my favor this time, so that's good. But beyond the RNG aspect of it, I think the event's really well done, because at no point am I opening up a trade shack or any vault going, I'm disappointed with what I got. Right? Like,
Not even the regular dragon tail.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, I guess that's the one. Regular Dragon Tales is the one that's kind of like, okay. Because I'm not sure, as someone said, like, what are they doing in the event that you can't use them for anything? The only point of putting them in is that, I guess, people can sell them to the people that have the blueprints that use the regular Dragon's scales, and then we can pay. They can get them cheap because the market's flooded, and we can overpay for the price of other dragons or so.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but but like I recall like the Christmas event where I was getting straw. Every time I got straw, I was like annoyed because I had just gotten all this straw from the Halloween event, and then when likewise on the common ones, I was like not getting wrapping paper. Right, I wanted wrapping paper, but every time I didn't get wrapping paper, I was disappointed. I'm not feeling that this event. I don't know what you guys thoughts on that are.
I'd like to chime in, and what I would say is overall, I'm impressed as well with what's dropping and what's been included. I don't feel that disappointment. I do look at my disappointment comes when I think about other players who don't have access to the number of trade checks that we do. Like, we're talking about it all the time, and that is where it becomes maybe an issue, because every time I think about the game and what I love about it, I also think about how to entice other people to come play and try. And I love events.
Right.
I'm like, oh, you gotta play these events. They're so good. And like, it's just fun, like nonstop trivia, walking, talking. Just it's a community. It can be a community event.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard when, like, if for my friends in town here, we have 3 trade checks right now. I started a white vault for level 10. I can put another one in. I might get it in before the end of the event. But we walk through 3, and they're like, okay, thanks. Like, it doesn't have the wow when you only have a few trade checks. But overall, the event, like, I love that you get all your rewards from the vault still, plus the Chinese New Year rewards. It's the stuff that you're getting is good and makes sense, unlike like the straw or the hay, whatever it is. But that's my opinion so far. How about you, Plumber Boy?
I think it's good. I don't mind it too much.
Yeah, you're good with the resources dropping. That you find it better than say the Christmas event, such.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a little bit sticky at first, right? And then
Yeah.
I'm like, because I live in a small town, so I'm always worried. I'm like, oh damn it, like, I'm not gonna get enough. And then towards the end, like I always end up like just making it. I always get lucky, especially with that trip to the city, right? So,
Right.
I find I'm getting a lot of golden thread, and I mean, like I'm just trying to get those jade stones now. And like, I think yesterday, I think I had 12 blues in a row where they dropped gold thread, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I need some stones here. But,
Yeah, that makes it harder.
I think it'll work out all right. I'm sure they'll increase it again, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like it's been pretty balanced with the white vaults. Like I feel like every other one I'm getting paper or I'm getting red envelopes. Like I never just get back to back to back paper or envelopes. That one seems to be pretty balanced. And with the trade tax, I was getting a fair bit of just the regular scales at first. I was like, come on. But lately I've been getting the jade scales, which has been nice. So
Good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not feeling like I'm getting strings of, vaults after vaults of the resource I don't want. It seems like it's kind of equally balanced, which is good. And at this point, like I'm kind of wanting, I'm happy to get the golden thread because, like last week, I was looking in the auction house for golden thread. My wife was, she was wanting to complete an air cubie. It was Laura, right? So she needed golden thread. So we were trying to figure out ways golden thread. So now it's coming at us, right? So hey, we're happy to do that. So that's a great reuse of that because people want the golden thread. The envelopes, you definitely want a lot of envelopes. So I think it's a good balance of them. As I said, the red dragon scales. Not sure, as I said, that's probably the one resource that's maybe kind of, right.
It's relevant
Well,
from the first.
It is.
New year.
It is, but only if you've got that blueprint. Maybe if they use.
Illusion Weaver says they're worth a pretty penny in the auction house.
Yeah. Not now, because everyone's got lots, right? The price of them should go down. Right? The price should go down, right? Supply and demand, and there's suddenly a lot more supplies. So now, if they're going to use them in the future, some other next year Chinese New Year where I'm going to want those, and then cool. But but like
yeah, I've got no use for them.
Like the straw, right? Whereby we had I know I keep going back to straw, but we had
I know.
We had like Halloween where I was getting the straw, then immediately the next event I'm getting straw again, and it's like I got all this straw. Like what do I need it for? Versus here where they've spaced kind of it out over a year for the reuse. So your supplies, even if they're being reused, the resources, your supplies of the resource from a year ago are dwindled up or gone or whatnot. So you're happy to get them. So I really think that they hit a really good mix this time. So
yeah,
I'm good with that. For sure. The one thing though that I will kind of like gripe isn't quite the word. Say that I think could be done slightly better was when they increased the resources. Right?
Right.
This time they increased it around like as an hour before the vault reset, I think, which was fine for your whites and your blues, because at that point in time you wouldn't. It shouldn't have made a difference from what you're going to collect in the day, right? Like, but if you had just gone out, completed your loop, got back to the house, and then read, oh look, we've just increased your resources. You're like, I can't even run out and get more because right? If I delayed walking for an hour, I could have gone and picked them up. So I think that was okay. But from the trade shack point of view, if you've gone out and already collected those trade shacks in the morning or whatever, you're getting 10. Somebody waits later on, that same cycle, they do it in the evening. They're getting 15 for sitting that same trade shack, and that's, you know, that can be a source of frustration to people. And I truly believe from a game philosophy approach is that you should try and remove sources of frustration. So I'm glad they increased them, but I almost wish they had said, hey, at the next reset, we're increasing the resources. And that way, no one's goes, if I just wait an hour or so, or I just got back and now it's gone out. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, I guess it would just it's a burn. I agree with you if you had just gone out, but I guess it's just timing, and it's really going to matter where you are in the world, right?
Yeah.
Because we're thinking about this from the Eastern time zone perspective, and I'm sure it would be different for someone on the West Coast or on the other side of the planet.
Yeah,
Good point.
true.
Good way to consider it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just got my 2 trade shacks in town, right? So like, it would suck to go out and hit them, and then find out, like you said, like an hour later, oh, we just boosted the drop rate, and I'm like, oh, damn it, I would have waited.
Right?
But
Yeah.
Yeah, and that to me is it's a potential source of frustration on people, and just from a game approach, I think that they should could have done it in such a way that you're not generating frustration, especially if you're in a situation like yourself where you've only got the 2 trade shacks and you're trying to milk as much out of them as you can.
yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
So, but
I think it's only a minor frustration, though. It's not. I don't think it's too problematic. Like Leinhardt said, depending on your time zone and everything, some people don't even get them until after the reset anyway.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, completely possible. And obviously, the time zone it makes a big difference where you play and how you play and all this other stuff. But I know. Like, what do you guys think about the reset at 7? For us, 7 in the morning or so, but it would be the noon UTC reset versus the midnight UTC reset.
Yeah, I guess I'll go on this. I like it in the morning for the fact that we got an extra one, but I don't like it for trying to double dip. Because for my strategy for the rest of the week, if I don't get that epic blueprint by Friday morning, I work nights, so I get done at 2:30 in the morning, Friday morning. I'm probably going to go home, take a quick nap, shoot over to London, and quickly get those train checks for a double dip, then come home and
Right.
go back to bed until work. So that'll be a bit rough. But other than that, yeah, I guess I like having that extra reset in there.
Why don't you
for
just
sure.
try it to Toronto this time for the double dip?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Toronto at 3 in the morning for a double dip. It worked out pretty good because I got blueprint, so I'm happy with that. But
Yeah.
I'll only be able to do one more dip if I go. I can't do a double dip because I work for the rest of the week, obviously. So my only chance would be to go one thing after work. So I'm gonna wait. Like I said, Thursday. If I still don't have quite enough of those dragon scales, I'm obviously gonna drive down. Right, got to
Mhm.
get them. I'm key in because I was hoping to get the dragon scales from the spin wheel.
Yeah.
Didn't get. Got blue paint instead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll have to see. But I put that red key in, so I'm finishing the event. I don't care if I have to drive to Toronto and London. I'll get
You already
Make
put
sure
the
you're coming
key
to
in?
Stratford on
That's
the
right.
way.
Yeah.
there. You go. Right.
Yeah, and through Dorchester as well. So
Everywhere.
there's
Yeah.
there's definitely stuff. So
Hey, real quick, before we hop off, because hey everyone, I'm actually at work right now. Gotta get back. I'm on my
Yeah.
lunch break.
right.
What did everyone get from the spin wheels? I got 2 500 lay, or not lay, sorry, wrong event. The red envelope, red envelope. So I guess in total I got 1,000 from the first 2 wheels. What did you guys get?
I'll tell you,
I
I'll
got
take the lay.
2,000 white paint. I got 2,000 white paint on my first spin and 500 red envelopes on my second.
Fair enough.
Blue paint.
Okay. I got I can't remember what color, but it was a basic paint the first time. Second time was 500 gold thread. But like I said, I was getting so much gold thread that day. I'm like, seriously, I don't need the gold thread. Right? And
Rains
then,
it
yeah, on the
pours.
last one, I got 500 blue
That's
paint.
all he's
And I'm like swimming in blue paint. So I'm like, okay, that's all right.
Yeah, I ended up with 2,000 chromatic the first time around, so I was like, all right, my RNG's working well.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then 3,000 purple, which was kind of disappointing given that all this thing else, but I'll take it, right? For sure, I'll take.
Yeah, that
Apparently
must have
it's good
been
to
really
use for
bad for
structures,
you
right?
getting the purple paint after the epic blueprint
Yeah.
and the 2000 chromatic paint. Yeah, that purple paint must have really hurt you.
Yeah, I know. My RNG is actually coming around this time because, like, at Christmas and what, I was terrible. But I'm actually, obviously, I've got the I got the blueprint, which is awesome, and then I've pulled a couple extra boxes out of those trade shacks as well. I know. First time I got one, I looked and it's like, hey, I got 200 jade stones here. I'm like, why did I get jade stones on this? And I was so focused on that, thinking like I was getting ripped off my green jade scales, but no, it was 250 bonus, which was awesome. And then I think I've got some 250 paper at least twice. So
nice.
so it's
Cool.
it's a good pull. I'm happy. As I said, I think this is
Yeah, no more candy canes, eh?
No more candy canes. Absolutely. Yeah, and yeah, that candy cane issue with the differential, I think, there's nothing like that again. So that's once again a significant improvement.
That's another plus.
Yeah. So
Yeah, great work there, devs.
all right.
Okay,
So-
guys. Well, I'm gonna bounce, and you guys carry it on for the rest in the Q&A after. Thanks everyone for having me and accommodating me again, and we'll be back next week.
All right.
But yeah, you guys carry on. Let me know how it is. I'll watch the rest of it on my break later.
See ya.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. And then I guess we will do Lionheart's section here in regards to the Buddy Quest shoutout. So
Oh, yes.
I think he was gonna cover, but I just pulling it up here. So Blind Heart requested or picked this one here as our Buddy Quest shoutout. So I see there's Moore's Simple. I can't even say that. MORSPINCIPIUM. Thank you very much for that great name for me to try and say. And I guess he was doing this. Chris Sanders, which looks like it's See the Sandman, writes in that says, appreciated this guy making an effort to get this Buddy Quest done. Discord notifications weren't working, so great. But after 4 days, they were able to pull it together in a mid-afternoon meeting at the Teeter Totter. Always fun time collecting old players and news. So if you're looking for guys that put in the extra effort to get the Buddy Quest done, and you're okay with a 4-day Buddy Quest, definitely looks like Moore's Princem would be your guy. So congratulations to both of you guys. I think the plan here is that we will keep your names, and whenever we get some more loot codes, they will be entered into a draw of that effect. So awesome.
Right on.
Excellent.
Okay. So
Good job, guys.
congratulations. I know I will be adding them, sending some friend requests to add them to my group of friends after we get off the show.
Yeah.
So awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about in regards to the New Year's?
No.
Not I. That works for me. That's
Yeah.
I think that sums it up.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just close by saying thanks for moving to the new time, guys, to make this one happen tonight. I know Lionheart put in a special effort on that here, but I think moving it was a right call because of the Super Bowl. I know I had a Super Bowl party, so that wasn't good, and I imagine a lot of our viewers might have been doing something similar. Plus, the Cubieverse was running their own Super Bowl event
Yeah.
thing. So I know they gave out a loot code to that. I don't know if did you guys were you able to collect the
Oh, I
500
forgot to do
footballs?
that.
So
I'm gonna have to go for a walk and see. Is it still available?
last I
It
heard, I saw it was, but I that was a couple hours ago now.
it
Right?
was
Yeah, there was
as of
only like what
4:45
200.
p.m.
Yeah, it was 500 footballs, and then which made sense. I know through that event, people kept asking them for the, what's the loot code? Look for the loot code. So I typed in the big Cooper quiet, said, hey, it's going to be the final score of the game, and people stopped asking for a bit after that. So
Right.
it didn't end
Okay.
up being the final score of the game, but
Yeah,
it
it's a
was
good idea.
it was a good idea. So. For sure. And I
Yeah.
know they also pushed out a loot code for the Luna Cubie this past week. I don't know if you guys were able to pick that one up at all, too, or not.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked it up, and then my thought on it was because like in past events, like they would have you equip certain cubies, like to get. I can't remember if it was to get the blueprint or like to increase the spirit,
Yeah.
but they like asked you to wear like last year's Halloween cubies or something.
Yeah.
So I figured I'm like there must be a reason why they're giving it out. So I
Yeah.
had that one equipped, and I got all
Yeah.
the blueprints while I had that one equipped. So that was just my strategy.
Ah.
Good idea.
Oh, there you go.
Can't guarantee
Good
it
idea.
works, but that was just I had it equipped, and I was switching back and forth between the baby dragon and stuff. But every time I had the Luna on, I got a blueprint. So
Huh.
Nice.
something to think about.
It is.
That's a good tip for some people out there if you're still trying to collect. I like the Luna because that's a builder tiki, right? So
Yeah.
need, definitely need that one. So for sure. All right, so
Nice for some new players to get a builder too, right?
definitely. Um, so anyways, it sounds like my audio worked out well. I think our stream quality here keeps improving every time, so that's great. I think what we'll do now is we will move to a short break, reset the team's meeting, and then maybe do a quick Q&A with the chat for a couple minutes. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. We'll be back soon. And we're back. All right. So, okay. So, is there anything in the chat going on? Someone says there's a code 4067. Not sure what that's
Yep.
for. I don't know if that's a real code or if someone's just...
It is. That's the pigskin code.
That's pigskin code. Okay, there you go.
A what?
I did not remember what that one
The
was.
football one.
Yeah,
That was the Super Bowl one.
right.
Football. And the other one, the loon one, was 8880.
I do remember
Yeah.
8880. That was a easy
Yeah.
one to remember.
And both of those worked for me as of 4:45 today.
Okay.
Awesome. So, all right. Well, I don't see anything going on in the chat at this point, so that's fine.
Yeah. I think the Chinese New Year is pretty cut and dry, like, about it. I think we did a good job answering possible questions.
For sure. What were you guys thinking about those the Chinese New Year trivia questions when they first came out? I know I was burning a lot of keys initially.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
The
And then-
trivia side of things is up my alley, so I really enjoy them.
No, I definitely like new questions and new trivia for sure. I definitely get to learn a lot, which is one of the things I do
Yeah.
like about the game. But some of the questions were like coming up going, yeah, this is just a pure guess here, so burned a lot of keys.
Right. Makes sense.
But then I remember the Yankee app. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
No.
It's on the you can go to the wiki, and under the trivia section they have a link to this app. It's called Anki, and you can download it on your phone, and then there's a whole bunch of you can download then the trivia questions. So I think people, what they do is people go in one of the discords will add trivia questions from the game with the question and the answer, and then it gets updated. So then what you do, you can download it and you can go through and it'll just throw out all the questions at you if you want it, or you can kind of create like study sessions. So
wow.
I'll like, for what I try and do is like for the greens, I'll like download like green history. So I go and I'll go through all the green history questions and then get comfortable with it. So in this case, I downloaded, updated it, and got a refresher on all the Chinese New Year questions, which was definitely helpful.
nice.
Wow.
So,
That's really cool.
yeah. Anyways, there was a lot of effort went into putting that one to make that one. I don't necessarily know how many people are using it, but I definitely recommend checking that one out for sure. And obviously, if you want to go make a yellow vault run, you might want to test out those yellow vault questions just to help you up beforehand. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
for sure. So, yeah, I guess the other thing, I know Illusion Weaver was talking about in the Hunter's Lodge how this was, not a team event sort of thing, right? It was an individual event versus Christmas.
Yep.
I still think this is kind of a team event because you got to have your community there and placing all those trade shacks around, so you have access to them. So it's not a community event in the fact that the community can't work on that trade shack, but you got to be building your local community to be successful, right? Because I can imagine where you are, Plumber Boy, if you get 2 or 3 more people in your area into the game, and you get 3 more people and you get 9 more trade shacks in your area,
Absolutely.
suddenly you don't need to go whatever, right? So
Yeah.
and
I'm pushing. I'm always trying to get new players. I'm always pushing them. Come on. Need more trade check.
It's interesting because I try all the time too, but very rarely do I get people. People will download it or they take my link, whatever, and I think they're just being nice to me when they download it, but they never really get into it.
having that tutorial now too, right?
Right.
Because like sometimes people are getting frustrated because they couldn't figure it out, and I didn't have the time to explain it to them because I'm at work. But at least now they got the tutorial working, right? So,
Yeah. Hopefully the tutorial goes. But and then like I'm gonna say, even my kids. It's weird, Cal. Like my kids are in like university now, and they were into high school when we started playing. Show them game, whatever. I thought they would be all over it. No, they're just not, and I don't get that because the
Yeah, I
first
don't get it either.
right, like my first couple of trade like vaults in Coin Hunt World, I put up around the university thinking this is going to be a gold mine,
right?
and
Yeah.
they were some of my worst performing vaults, and I would have thought that like um, it would have gone well, but oh well. Anyways,
Free money.
I hear someone saying here some of those questions make me want to check my phone hot. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's definitely some harder ones
Yeah.
there, for sure. We should probably. I'm just thinking about it now. We should probably do a show maybe where we can pick some of our favorite questions and least favorite questions and kind of throw them up and talk about them. Right? I know a friend of mine who plays her least favorite question. The answer is the Eagles, and it's the band question of what band made was it Hotel California, and the answer is the Eagles, and it's like no, the band's name is Eagles, right? And,
Right.
right, and they also got on there. They also got the Aerosmith, and
Yeah.
that one drives her nuts. So, you know, all right. Okay. Well, I don't see
Okay.
much chat activity coming on from, and no one's asking stuff that
Okay.
can drive questions. So I feel like we should probably be wrapping up. We're under an hour, which is kind of our target for what we want to do. So I'm gonna have to say thank you, Plumber Boy, for coming on. Hopefully you'll
Yes.
be
Thank you so much.
wanting to come back at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
For sure, it was a pleasure meeting you. And till next time, I'm not sure what we're gonna do next time, but we'll figure it out. Keep working on the technical aspects of the show, and thank you everybody for watching live and people who watch afterwards. Thanks for watching, and as I say, please
Everybody.
subscribe, like, and place a comment below. So maybe let us know what your favorite trivia questions are, or least favorite, or most troublesome. So, all right, thanks, and that's it for show number 5.